All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachak Wadash, and double honors unto the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to all you Akim out there who pushing his word with all truth and sincerity, and as well as to all you believers out there who believing on the gospel. And it's the brother Quara Abad from the GMS Houston camp. And real briefly, I want to go into another lesson. It's a lot in advance. I'm on my little morning workout. They send the apostle, Gabal, brothers around us, you get motivated. Sometimes, motivation, which is good to have self-motivation, but at times motivation can come from other people, But, just getting back up, going to work out again, going to walk, going to jog. So I'm a little out of breath right now. Nevertheless, I want to go into a lesson, something that was on my spirit as I was jogging. And this line of wording came into my mind. People say, I heard a voice speak to me. But, this line of wording came into my mind, and this is what I want to do a lesson on. And it was along the lines of, we are in the middle of contractions. See? We are in the middle of contractions. Now, I'm going to get a precept here in a few, but as we know, we're in the last days of the last days, man. Literally the end of the world. And I like to say, usually when you watch a movie, the best scenes, the most action-packed scenes are at the end of the movie. Well, since we're at the end of the movie, we are about to see a whole lot of things that we haven't seen before. Remember, this is a time like never before, right? I'm talking about sicknesses to another level, natural disasters to another level, plagues, everything will go to another level. Now, why I bring up contractions is because in the book of 2nd Esdras, even Yahushua also used this analogy of using a woman giving birth, right? Using a woman giving birth, because that's likened to the times that we are in. And the Lord likened the plagues that's coming unto the contractions. You see, now as I was jogging or walking, I was just kind of looking up a little information, as we was taught. Hey, sometimes you got to search, to kind of get a better idea of things. Which I'm gonna read a couple things that I found, which is not nothing major, and ain't no doctor information either, but it's just a couple things to make the point as far as the lesson going. Lord willing, this do be edifying. But when you have a woman giving birth, for those of us who are fathers or maybe mothers, we witness the process of that. Now you have a woman, she going to the hospital, she on a bed, now she'll have a contraction. Which when I looked it up, is when the uterus tightens up. I believe the uterus tightens up, something else tighten up. For a while, said to what a woman feel severe pain. Well, that's likened to the plagues, man. When things get tight in the world and these people start to feel pain, right? Struggles, so on and so forth. But the point is, once the contraction might last a couple seconds, a minute or so, but then it stops. It stopped, and it's the thing. It stopped until the next one. It stopped until the next one. Well, that's where we at right now in prophecy. You know how you go to a mall and you got the map to show you where you at, and you usually have a big red star that says you are here, right? If you have a contraction and another contraction, we'll be right down the middle of it, because we about to hit the next one. The next great plague that's gonna shake up the world is about to happen, man. That's the point. You see, to put these people on standby again, on hold again, to sit their ass down. You see? Look, they're talking about lockdowns, sicknesses. Great fear is about to take hold of the world, man, as we are nearing the end of this society. And that's the beauty of being watchmen and seeing how the Lord got everything planned out. Because we know it's about to get worse. But these people, for example, when CV came in 2020, that was a contraction. Times got hard. People was in fear. But then, a year or so later, It's like my headphones came out. But a year or so later, what happened? It let up. People started going back to happy hour, right? Going out, taking a mask off, 6 feet. Ain't nobody worried about the 6 feet distance. Things got lightened up again. And that's where we at now, still in the middle of the next pain. You see? But things ain't gonna be light no more. Now, we know it's gonna be another contraction, but these people don't. And they gonna get caught off guard. Now, before I keep talking, let's go ahead and read this precept real quick in 2nd Ezra, the 16th chapter. And then I'll go ahead and get this little information. And it ain't much information, but it's just a little something to tie to the lesson. Right? But it's 2nd Ezra, chapter 16. And we're gonna start at 35, right? We're gonna start at 35. Because the Lord gonna make a point on before these plagues come, what should be the focus? What should be the focus? 2nd Ezra chapter 16 and verse 35. It says, "Hear now these things, and understand them, ye servants of the Lord." So the Lord started with that. These things that the prophets are talking about, the plagues that's coming, the times that's coming, the Most High said, hear them and understand them, those who serve the Lord. So we have been given an insight on what's going on. It says, behold the word of the Lord and receive it. That's two scriptures back to back. He reiterated himself. He said, one, hear the word of the Lord, receive and understand it. Two, look. He said, well, that's behold, look, the word of the Lord, receive it. Showing us the importance of having his word going into this time like never before. Because again, when a woman having contractions, she look for comfort. You see? She look for something to grab on to, hold on to. Something that she could take her pain out on, or something that, help relieve her pain, so to speak. Well, that's what this word do. So when a contraction come, guess what we gonna have as comfort? Hey, what it said in First Maccabees, I think. It says, albeit we need none of these things, but that we got the holy book of scriptures in our hands to comfort us. You see, but these people ain't gonna have nothing to hold on to once that come. But let's finish reading this. It says, 2nd Ezra 16 and 36, behold the word of the Lord and receive it, and believe not the gods of whom the Lord spake. It says, behold, the plagues draw nigh and are not slack. So these things are coming, and you know what? They're not going to slow down for nobody. Even if somebody ain't ready, the Lord ain't going to slow it down. When that woman on that bed giving birth, guess what? She don't have an option on when that contraction going to hit. She don't have a choice, A, B, C, or D, how many minutes apart you want your, She don't have a choice. She just got to go along with it. She just got to get through it. But the point is, it's not slack. It's going to come whether these people want it to happen or not. Let me keep reading. So it says, behold, the plagues draw nigh and are not slack, as when, so it's about to give that similar to, it says, as when a woman with child in the ninth month bringeth forth her son with 2 or 3 hours of her birth, great pains compass her womb. You see that? Great pains compass her womb. Great pains. It says, which pains, when a child cometh forth, they slack not a moment. Meaning what? Because as we know, contractions, a woman have great pains, as soon as her water break, then she go up and down. Now look, those contractions at first, they spaced out. They got, more minutes in between them. But the closer that child get to being delivered, those contractions become back to back, right? And then not just being back to back, instead of more spaced out to get a woman more time to breathe, more rest period, they become closer together, and not just closer together, they are more painful. And matter of fact, even before this, as I was just, Googling stuff, I had watched a quick YouTube video, and this doctor was going into contractions, and she said, and that's in these times, going into, it's got to be a time like never before, because these people have been watered down from all these events or scenarios that played out. Things like the Boston bombing, school shootings. People don't care about no CV or sick, deadly diseases no more. They ain't trying to be locked down. See, so people don't care about these. the past, so like I'm getting excited, but the people don't care about the past few contractions. Now, what the woman was saying, before I go back to the scripture, in the video, she was saying that a woman, at times, women, they can get used to certain contractions, the feeling of the pain. She said women, they can get used to the feeling of the pain from certain contractions, and therefore they start to desire a stronger feeling. And she said, and it's called a ring of fire. So instead of just your uterus hurting, she said women, they get over that initial pain and they start having more severe pain, like a ring of fire or erectile pain. You see, and I assume that ring of fire is when they, they bottom, right? To keep it PG, they bottom be burning. But the point is, and what I got from that is, once they overcome or get used to that initial contraction, it's more severe pain that can follow, right? And that made me think, these people have got used to the last few things that happen in the world. Therefore, the Lord about to bring more severe pain. You see? More severe pain to these people, man. But going back to this, in second Esdras, and again, we in between the contractions. Meaning what? The other one is about to hit soon. Just like a CV type situation, but it's going to be worse. Bill Gates said that when he got an interview. They asked him about the CV. He said, yeah, that did a little damage, but he was like, this one gonna do it. So let's see what this new event gonna be. That's gonna take hold of the world, man. But let's finish reading this. 2nd Esdras 16 and verse 38. It says, as when a woman with child in the 9th month of her, as when a woman with child in the 9th month bringeth forth her son with 2 or 3 hours of her birth, great pains compass her womb. Which pains, when a child come forth, they slack not a moment. So we're in a time to where these things are about to get closer together. Yeah, we could say CV-19 was 4 years ago. Lockdowns was 4 years ago. But it's going to eventually come to a time, the closer Yahushua get, him being a physician, that doctor, and he going to deliver the child, the elect. The closer that get to happening, these things are going to get back to back. For example, we ain't going to better say 4 years ago was the last great event. No, it's going to be weeks apart, well, months apart. Then eventually stuff going to start happening weeks apart. That's going to shake the world up. Then eventually days apart. You see? And as Yahushua get closer to coming, then not days apart, but multiple things in the same day going to start to happen. Then it's going to be full-blown Jacob's trouble. You see, so the point is, it's not going to stop. We in the middle of a contraction right now. And when people in the middle of contraction, this their little rest period. You better hurry and get your rest. You better regroup. You see, that's where we at right now. But these people, they taking this rest period or in between contractions and they falling asleep. They not preparing themselves, man. Right? Let's read this again. And I'm going to get that little stuff I had. It says, as when a woman with child in the 9th month bringeth forth her son with 2 or 3 hours of her birth, it says, great pains compass her womb. Which pains, it says, which pains when a child cometh forth, they slack not a moment. Even so shall not the plagues be slack to come upon the world, and the sorrow shall come upon it on every side. You see, let me read that again. But you see that? He likened the plagues unto a woman giving birth. So if the plagues are the contractions, the pains, guess where we at? We in between one. People able to have breathing room, go out, happy hour, have a good time, right, until the next one come. So it says, even so, let's read that again. It says, which pains when a child come forth, they slack not a moment. Even so shall not the plagues be slack to come upon the earth, and the world shall mourn, and sorrow shall come upon it on every side. You see that? And for us it says, O my people, hear my word, make you ready to the battle. So in this rest period, in between contractions, that's what we doing. We making ourselves ready for the next one. Preparing our mind for the next one. You see? Positioning ourselves. Sometimes women try to get comfortable in the bed, to position themselves for the next one if they can. Right, we positioning ourselves for the next pain. And it's not nothing we can do. And I like to make this point in Ephesians, the 6th chapter. It's before it went into the armor of the Lord, what it started with. It says, trust in the Lord and in the power of his might. You see? His might. In the power of his might. It's like you. But, hold on. but in the power of his might, man. But that's what's happening in this rest period. The Lord giving us time to prepare ourselves within this rest period between contractions. These people ain't concerned about the next event. They fell asleep or they got too comfortable. You see? But it says, "O my people, hear my word and make you ready to the battle, and in those evils be even as pilgrims on the earth." Right? Now let me get this little stuff I just looked up about contractions. And it ain't much. It ain't much at all. That's if I could find it. So I just typed in contraction. What are contractions? It says the tightening of uterine muscle fibers that occurs briefly and intermittently throughout pregnancy and more regularly and forcefully during labor. So as the child come, it get worse. Now, that's one. This quick Google stuff. This another one that says signs of labor. And it's from WEBMD. Signs of labor during pregnancy. It says between contractions, and that's where we at now, right? Between contractions. That's where we at now. We are in between contractions. And what are the contractions again? The plagues that's coming. Because again, what is contraction? Con is with, and traction is traction, which, you know, for example, like tires. When you go get tires, you want to make sure the traction on the tire is good. That the tire is able to grip the ground. In other words, you know, so it's tightening, it's squeezing. So it's with a squeeze, man. And that's what's gonna happen with a squeeze. Look, these people are about to get squeezed. You know, times are about to get hard. You know, but check it out. Read this real quick. But it says between contractions, the uterus. So when a contraction happened, the uterus tighten. Everything get tight. Your stomach get tight. Everything get tight and difficult. But in between contractions, where we at now, it says between contractions, the uterus relaxes and the abdomen becomes soft. And I read that and I was like, man, that's these people. As we've been in between contractions, they've been relaxing. They've been relaxing. And what the people have become, the mindsets of people have become what? Soft, man. Soft. So you got two different ways you're going to go about. And you know what's the in-between contractions is likened unto the grace period, you know. But you have two ways you're going to go about it, man. You know, either prepare, like it says, make yourself ready to the battle, or relax and get soft. You see, or relax and get soft. All right. I'm going to finish reading it, though. What's up, man? Good morning. How you doing?
Good morning. How you doing?
I'm doing fine.
Right.
It says, I'm going to read this one up here. It says, this AI overview, the time between contractions is called the interval and includes the length of, okay, I ain't saying that, minutes between. But these people got soft and been relaxing. Let me get a quick precept. It's 1 Thessalonians 5. This will happen to these people as we in between contractions, you see? It's 1 Thessalonians chapter 5 and verse 1. It says, but of the times and of the seasons, brethren, ye have no need that I write unto you. So Apostle Paul is saying, brothers, look, I don't got to tell y'all what time we in, what's about to happen. Why? He says, for yourselves know perfectly. Y'all already been paying attention. Or in between these contractions, the rest period, right? Y'all brothers been watching, studying, reading, researching. So I don't have to tell y'all the MOTB is right here at the door. I don't have to tell y'all World War III is soon about to start, you know, after a couple little skirmishes. Because why? We've been paying attention to it already, man. These people who've been relaxing, hitting happy hour again, taking the mask off, right? You see, going back and living their life in between their contractions, they're going to get caught up in that unexpected pain, going to get their ass, man. Let's finish this. It says, but of the times, 1 Thessalonians 5 and 1, but of the times and seasons, brethren, you have no need that I write unto you. For yourselves know perfectly that the day of the Lord so cometh as a thief in the night. For when they shall say peace and safety, you know, in between that contraction, when you're breathing, you're taking your breath, you start to watch TV again, right? You take a sip of water, start to woo-saw. You see your husband taking the wet towel and patting your head and drying your forehead from the sweat. For when they shall say peace and safety, y'all can go back outside again. When they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape. So you see that? In between contractions, as they relaxing, what? The next one that we waiting on go hit them unexpectedly. They ain't go expect it. They ain't gonna be looking for it, and they go get caught up in it. And the next one could be, the lights going out. Anything. It could be anything. You see, Esau already talking about turning the lights out, and if he do that, then what? These people ain't gonna have no answers on why they going through the pain. They just gonna have to deal with it themselves. But the point is, if it happened, you got servants of the Lord, we paying attention. If it happened, we'll have some type of comfort and an idea of what's going on, why it's happening, and what's going to be up, what's going to come of it, man. So it says, for when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape. But ye, brethren, are not in darkness, that day should overtake you as a thief. You see? Ye are all the children of the light and the children of the day. We are not of the night nor of darkness. Therefore, let us not sleep as do others, but let us watch and be sober. You see? And being on point, man. But that's the point. I just wanted to touch on that. We are in between contractions. Meaning what? Something about to happen. Something else about to happen. Like, something else gotta happen. We ain't just gonna be like, in this situation forever. Just uploading videos and going to work and paying bills and Esau ruling and just profit. No, man, we ain't gonna be doing this forever. So something is bound to happen, whether it's tomorrow, the next day, next week, a couple days from now. They said September's supposed to be bad. Then we know election year coming, civil war. Come on, man. That's the next contraction. Whatever event that's going to kickstart the next contraction. So be prepared and be ready, man. But with that, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bashim Yahushua, Bashim Chakwadashi, and with that, Shalom.